Well, it's time now to welcome in our special guest for tonight on The Jump. He is, of course, the Sydney Kings coach, Chase Buford. Welcome back to The Jump. Great to have you on board.
Fellas, thanks for having me on. Great to be here.
So 6-2, a good start so far to your title defence. How have you assessed the early part of the season?
Yeah, it's been a solid start for us. Obviously, played well on the road. Dropped a couple at home that we wish we could have back, but obviously we got to move on to the next and just keep focused, keep our head forward. And yeah, good start, but it could be better on the whole.
And Chase, two vastly different teams, one from last year and this year. In particular, Jarrell Martin from last year and Suarez from this year. Have you had to change your system at all?
No, we've come out with pretty much the same system, both offensively and defensively, and just made little tweaks here and there.
Hey, Chase, as a coach, you know, you're scoring really well, #1 scoring team in the competition. But free throws, a little bit of an issue in that department. How much is it just one of those things that you try to let the guys figure it out because you don't want to get in their head, or how do you handle the free throw situation?
No, I'll gladly live in their head on the other side of that spectrum as long as we're addressing it and working on it. And I mean, we do a lot of competitive things in practice, put free throws on the line every day. So we try to shoot as many pressure ones as we can. Just something we got to correct on the court.
Chase, I can assure you I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but the delay of game rule, everyone has been talking about this all week. One of your players may have tweeted about it through the week as well. As a coach, the league says you've been made aware of these changes throughout the season, but how have you viewed how it's been implemented so far?
Yeah, Ken, you know, like we talked a little bit offline, I think the ones that occur after a dead ball has happened, you know, when the play has already stopped, if we can maybe shy away from those and use a little bit more feel or common sense on those. And then the ones where it's after baskets and we're trying to get the play going fast and it's halting the offense going quick, then I'd like to see those called. So I think there's a little happy medium we can find in where we're at now. But overall, it's, you know, basically the same laws that everybody else around the world's playing.
Chase, I was really interested to read an article that you did, an interview that you did in the off-season, just about how you're sort of working with a psychologist to kind of work on your temper and manage that a little bit. Are you able to give us just a little bit of an insight into the tools and techniques that you've sort of worked on or that you use in those moments when you're right in the thick of it?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing was being able to maybe try to take a step back and be able to analyze myself sometimes in the moment or the heat of the moment, and you know, recognize what I'm trying to get accomplished with my actions and who are my demonstrations or who are the emotional outbursts serving, and you know, what's the point. And I think getting a better grip on my reasons for my actions and the hope of my outcomes and having that dictate my actions and the way I handle myself is a lot better than just kind of flying by whatever emotions riding at the time.
Hey, Chase, one of the other things, Copes and I got to experience the Paul Smith relationship, his emotion, he's engaged, he loves the game, he's the owner of the team. How did you feel when he's out there, perhaps providing a little bit of ammunition to the Adelaide 36ers and gets involved in some of the social media chatter? Do you have to give him a tap on the shoulder and say, hey, boss, how's about you tone it down a little bit?
He's still your boss, Chase. Make sure you answer this thing the right way.
Yeah, I'll say it like this, Casey. After we came back and spanked United a few days later, the first thing we all had to say to Smitty when we saw him on the phone was, thanks for shutting your mouth so we had a chance to win.
That's it. Now, Chase, I've watched you the last couple of games. You seem to get along with your players so well when they come off the court. Do you ever scream at them? Do you ever get mad at them? Because every time they come off, it's a hug or a high five. And I'm saying to myself, I've been in that chair before. I know you get mad sometimes. You just never show it.
Oh, you must not watch me enough, Coach. I'm sure a couple guys be like, what are you talking about, man? No, I definitely share it both ways. I try to probably share it more in practice than I do in games, and, you know, save games for encouragement, things like that. But, yeah, no, they definitely hear both sides of the stick for sure.
New Zealand this week, so everyone's been talking about your road streak. It's been going on for a long while now. The Breakers are flying. They also have an old friend of yours, Tommy Vodanovic, a part of this new look Breakers team. What have you seen from New Zealand so far?
Yeah, obviously they're a tough physical team. I think they, as much as anybody out there, really thrive on playing together as a team and feeding off each other. When one guy gets going, it clearly excites their whole group, and they don't need a lot of excitement to get going. They're turned up and flying around. So it'll be two totally different styles when we see them this week. We'll get up and down. They'll try to slow it down. And I think it'll be probably who can impose their way of playing on the other the most will have the best chance of winning.
What's it like being the hunted this season, Chase? Obviously, teams are coming after you. They want to beat you guys, and you're the benchmark of the competition at the moment. What's that been like for you? Is it something you embrace?
Yeah, it's fun. I think we've felt that now going into each and every game, that if we're off our game the slightest, we'll get beat because everybody else is on their A game when they come and play us. And so we've been off our game a couple of times and not gotten away with it. And then once more this weekend where we just were able to sneak out with a win. So I think it's a good eye-opening experience for our guys. I think we get a better maybe mindset or feel on the road of how to handle that. But at home, I think we have to be ready for everybody not being intimidated or anything like that. They're just going to come out and give us their best shot.
Hey, Chase, remember last year when I said you were under pressure? Is there any pressure at all this year? Come on, be honest with me.
Copes, I was talking to Fleur today, and I was listening to the broadcast the other night when somebody was saying everybody's under pressure, and you were saying look like I'm not under too much pressure right now. I tell you what, it definitely feels a lot less like I'm coaching for my career every possession this year, but still obviously feel all the pressure and the anxiety and the emotions of the game.
Hey, one thing that's not under pressure is your cardigans, because it looks like it's a really a big type, got plenty of room in there, which is great, which we love. I love the look. But now tell me this, it looks like you got the surfboard there. You been out getting any gnarly waves, or what's going on there with the surfboard in the background?
Yeah, my wife's more the big surfer. She used to do a little pro surfing back in her day, so that's her board back there, but she's pregnant right now, so she's not hitting the waves too hard.
And also, what about Copes here and mine? I don't know where the came was. We were talking about the NBA earlier on a couple of weeks ago, and I think Copes had the San Antonio Spurs as being the lowest. I think you had them, the worst team in the competition. Record? I think it started 6-1. So, what do you make? Do you keep in contact with your dad? Well, how have the Spurs been? What do you make of the Spurs and the start of the season, which has been really good?
Yeah, obviously they haven't been doing enough film work on Victor Wembanyama. I think their plan was to be a lot different end of the spectrum this year. I talked to my dad the other day before their game. He's like, "Oh, we're about to play," and I'm like, "Good luck." I think. No, but they're doing a great job. Pop's got those young guys going. Matt Nielsen, Brett Brown, two guys with big Sydney Kings connections on the staff, doing a great job. So, wishing them, I think, the most success the rest of the way as they can get.
Yeah, of course.
Chase, you mentioned your wife earlier, so you finally got the wedding. You snuck it in over the off-season. How are you? What's married life looks like for you? You're head coach. You just said that you're under pressure. How are you? How are you balancing everything you got to get done in your life, Chase?
Yeah, again, like I said, wife is pregnant, so a lot more pressure.
Wow, well done, Chase.
Right now, you got to make sure she's happy and healthy and all taken care of at most moments of the day.
Well, Chase, thank you so much for joining us on The Jump. It's been a pleasure having a chat with you, and best of luck on Sunday against the Breakers.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on. Great to talk to you.